Hey guys, this is Greg Beast here. Welcome to the Beast Lab. This week's drop is about the defensive 270. Those who've been working with the FOA for a long time, in 2012 we introduced the defensive exit, something that no one had really ever talked about much. It certainly didn't have a name, but now it's become not just part of the face-off lexicon, but it's a standard motion in face-offs now, which is great. The problem with the defensive exit is that there are certain limitations. So we are adding a variation that a lot of guys might be doing, but we want to show exactly what the science behind it and why it works. So for instance, a regular defensive exit. We have to remember the rules before we do this. Now, by rule, as it's written in the NCAA rule book and most rule books right now, after an opponent, it's deemed that he has control of the ball in a clamp, he has to redirect the ball immediately. Immediately is defined as one motion. One motion is defined as one step. So within one step, you have to get rid of the ball. That's very important to remember. So sometimes when guys are working on their defensive turns, they do this and they move 2 or 3 steps. By rule, that's withholding, okay? We also see guys will pick the ball up and they'll pitter patter. By rule, that is withholding as well. Wherever you're gonna get, you gotta get there in one step. So that's important to remember. A good official will call you on withholding with that. So our defensive turn and our defensive move against an LSM who's standing has always been very particular. When you are playing against an LSM, your left hand is your Achilles heel. This is what a good LSM is going to attack because he wants to lift that so you can't have control of your exit. So we've always said, once you clamp, right? So a good LSM is going to pull you, okay, with a rake. After he rakes, he's going to drop step to attack your left hand because he's pulled you this way. Now he wants to come back this way. If you're an LSM watching this, then just go to LSM FO Athlete 2.0 to learn all the steps to this. A way to stop this, not dropping back and punching down the line. Okay, remember that's exactly what they want you to do. You're going to get over top of the ball, and then you're going to cut this left hand on the ground low. Now, by defending my left hand and turning it in, I do 2 things. 1, the LSM can't get to this. 2, I have put the weight on my hands to allow myself a full range of motion on my one step. If I move my weight from my feet to my hands, that weight's distributed in the right place. So my one step then becomes this. Boom, one step. Now I can lock it and I can get out of there with the LSM between, my body's between the LSM and my left hand. So now I have a full exit. Now, the problem with this move is that it's a little slow against shorties, okay? LSMs have a little bit more stick to deal with, and most LSMs don't study the face-off enough to be able to stop you on your drop step, so it's very effective. But against a shorty, especially a shorty who's standing up, an FOA shorty who knows to go belly to helmet to affect your exits, you gotta get out quick. So what do? We've introduced this 270. The 270, once you clamp and your helmet's going this way, a standard defensive exit would be 180 degrees to here. So we'd be exiting this way. The 270 is designed to come all the way around and exit on a 45-degree angle that way. And the reason we do that, 1, because it's faster. 2, we don't have to worry about our left hand getting lifted as much with a shorty. 3, we're gonna use our own body to shield so that we can catch the ball after we exit. So this is how we use it. Instead of dropping in and cutting here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go plunger and we're gonna drive our right hand into the ground, okay? So plunger here. Now, the proper plunger pinches the ball between the sidewalls. That's what we need. We don't want mesh to grass, okay? So we want it between the sidewalls. Now, all of my weight's on my right hand. I'm gonna crank my left hand back into my hip, and all of my body weight's gonna be on my right hand so that I can then use this as a kickstand to get all the way around here. Now, it's impossible for my opponent to stand up and get around my body while I do that. And then on top of that, I'm gonna use the inertia of my right hand to get the ball an extra few degrees so that I can go all the way around here and catch on this 45-degree angle. So in a blink of an eye, you're going from here to there, coming all the way around the world. And as a shorty, okay, you lose the clamp here, it's almost impossible to step and get all the way around, okay? You'd almost have to guess right and come back here to even have a chance. So instead of this, okay, you're doing this. Okay? Now, the pro to that, obviously, is shielding your whole body, okay? Giving yourself a better chance at the exit. The downside to this is once you commit to it, you have to keep going because there's no pro hop involved in this for you to change direction. And what I mean by that is we do this recognition drill at the FOA all the time. Opponent stands up, goes belly to helmet. You cut right away to get them to move. If the defender comes with you, this is a pro hop. So as soon as he comes with you, you can go back door, okay? It's real. You can't recognize this because you've sold out to go around. I can't really sell out on this because I'm all the way turned, okay? So I have to keep going to avoid a withholding. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you the variations from a frontal view, rear view, and lateral view, so you can see the difference in the exits as well as the movement components in this. This is called a defensive exit 270, and then we teach it at the FOA.